Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Reactor and this is Quinn. Today's article comes from people.com and it's titled Man Stabbed at Haunted House by a Friend Who Was Handed a Real Knife by Someone Wearing a Costume. Whoa, dude. Someone knew what they were doing.
Right.
Here, stab your friend.
They just had a really great looking costume. Oh, they must work here. Maybe they had a little name tag on, handing out knives.
You could have just...
Like, this ought to kill a few more people.
Anyone can go to a haunted house in a costume and pretend they work there and hand a knife to someone.
And even say, do your job and stab someone with this knife before we find someone better for the job. You're going to start stabbing people.
No, these were patrons of the haunted house. They aren't employees or anything.
Right.
The guy with the costume, or the person wearing the costume.
It was probably just the guy who stabbed. Okay. Well,
so, yeah, someone who pretended to be an employee or was an employee handed a knife to patrons of the haunted house, and then, I guess...
If anyone hands you a knife in public, you should always check if it's real. I think this is the moral of the story.
Or how about you just don't stab people with anything?
Yeah. Definitely don't use it for stabbing unless, you know...
Like, fake knives can stab people, too. They make plastic steak knives. You know?
Right.
Like... Plastic can be sharp. Another thing I want to know about this, I mean, this has nothing to do with the article, but we've got news, photos, royals, Gwyneth Paltrow, Kim Kardashian. These are like title bar options they want to give people.
Bar.
Yeah, like
these people are search bars.
It's not, like, you want the news or do you want the Gwyneth Paltrow? Like, it's like is there that much news about these two? I believe Kim Kardashian would have a lot of news. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow, but yeah,
a lot of junk.
We're sidetracking. I'm sorry. I just thought that was really weird. What is this?
Well,
Nashville Nightmare? That's where it happened,
Nashville,
maybe?
Tennessee, huh?
A group of friends knew they were in for a scare when they planned to visit Nashville Nightmare Haunted House. However, what they didn't know is that the night would end with one of them in the hospital bed recovering from a stab wound. Last Friday, James J. Yochim and 3 of his pals hit up the terrifying attraction in Madison, Tennessee, which consists of 4 separate haunted houses, an escape room, carnival games, and food vendors. Halloween is, ask any of my friends, my favorite time of the year, Yochim told the Tennessean. I go all out for decorating. I watch a horror movie every day. I get really excited about going to haunted houses. Oh, good for you. That's so cute. After exploring the haunted house, Yochim and his friends came across a man who they believed was an employee dressed in character, as the attraction was filled with staff members in scary costumes. Yochim explained to the Tennessean the man then allegedly handed his friend, Tanya Greenfield, a knife and told her to stab Yochim. So he was standing there and the guy was like, here, stab him. And he was like, oh, okay, stab me.
Yeah, he doesn't, you know, he didn't work there. Yochim didn't work there. So it's like, you know, you should know that you don't have to, you're not getting paid to do this. You don't have to.
Did you think it was a magic knife?
Even if it was a fake knife, you're not getting paid to stab your friend.
Yeah.
For this employee's amusement because his day's so boring. You know? You're not there to amuse them. They're there to amuse you. Who's paying who here?
I mean, I feel like it's an easy trap to be fooled into, though. You know?
Yeah.
Do it. Scare him. Scare him with a knife. You know? Make him think you're stabbing him.
Right.
Okay.
You know,
At least you can stab. You know, what's crazy is, for the prank, she could have known anatomy and said, I'm going to scare him by making him think I'm going to stab him in the heart. Right. And then the fake knife goes right into his heart. And then who gets charged with murder?
Is it murder if you
are tricked,
pretended not to know the knife was real when he handed it to you and she stabbed him, the guy who gave her the knife?
Oh, yeah. Well,
I mean,
some guy handed me a toy knife, told me to stab my friend, so I stabbed the guy.
Right. Because, you know, I thought he was an employee. I wasn't really going to stab my friend.
Well, I thought it was a joke. Yeah.
Right.
Being that Yochim and his friends were chased by chainsaws holding other weapons, all kinds of stuff all night, and it was all fake, Greenfield took the knife and stabbed him, thinking it was also a prop.
Right.
Woo. Nashville Metro Police said, according to Fox 17, that Greenfield told authorities she said, haha, gotcha, truly believing it was all part of the attraction. However, she quickly realized it wasn't a joke. You gotta use a lot of force to stab through meat, you know?
Do you?
Yeah, it's not like a hot butter knife, you know?
Yeah.
It's not
but they're also amped, and they're kids, and they're amped
Woo!
because, you know, they're like,
gotcha!
Halloween, everything's crazy.
What if she stabbed him a bunch of times, like, whoa, and then after 3 she realized it was real, like, whoa.
It's like...
Oh, man. Yochim's arm was gushing blood, like, oh, and she went for the arm. See, I would have went for the abdomen.
He's lucky she wasn't going for a kill shot, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yochim's arm was gushing blood like something out of a horror scene, Greenfield told Fox 17. The outlet also reported there was blood on the knife and a hole in Yochim's shirt.
Oh.
And she's not being charged. Are you allowed to stab me?
Did she just...
No,
did they make up the person that handed her the knife and she had it the whole time?
Yeah.
And she was actually really mad at him
And she
because
messed
he
up her
like
kill shot.
stole some Cheetos or something from her or something stupid like that.
And she planned on him dying and not being able to point the finger at her. So now this mystery man in a costume is the suspect.
Or when someone came in and saw what happened, she whispered in his ear, "I will kill you, and if you say anything, I will definitely make it even worse." So he's like, okay, there was another guy. Like maybe she's psycho and she's got this guy totally, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
But like I was saying, what I was wondering is, if I handed you a knife, it said, "Stab me in the arm, dude. Stab me in the arm. It's a real knife. Stab me in the arm."
I mean,
do you
I'm
get
probably
in trouble?
gonna do it. And
No, I'm saying if you
probably gonna get in
did,
trouble.
and I had to go to the hospital,
yeah,
would you get charged?
I would imagine I would.
I gave you
because,
permission to cut my body.
I mean, you pretty much said, "Come on, do it."
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
just like if I said, "Here,
I would hope
kill
that,
me."
You know, the person
You know?
wouldn't press charges against me for doing it and not realizing it's not a real knife. But I understand if they did, because obviously it may have killed them, almost
Yeah.
killed them.
So like, if I hand you a knife and say, "Kill me," is that murder? I gave you permission.
You know,
to
now
do-
if you're dead, there's really no one else that can.
I know. If
You
it's
know,
I mean, like
help
if it's
the
provable
person out
that
there.
Signed,
It's some gray area.
notarized.
I'm sure that's some gray area. I'm
Yeah.
not real sure.
All right, let's get back to this. Yochim was immediately taken to Skyline Hospital where he was treated for his injuries. He and his friends all explained the same story to authorities. Thankfully, the knife didn't hit any major arteries, but it did require 9 stitches, according to the Tennessean. Yochim said the man apologized, saying, "I didn't know my knife was that sharp." What?
Yeah, you're not supposed to use real knives for Halloween shows. Everybody knows that.
He didn't think... So he thought he called it my knife. He knew it was a knife.
Right.
Oh, maybe it was a toy knife. Maybe it was plastic and she stabbed him with it. They're not telling us
really
because they
didn't
want us
say.
to. They want us
Right.
to assume the worst.
Right.
And yeah, I guess I could do that if they want. Nashville Nightmare did not immediately respond to people's requests to comment, but told Fox 17 and the Tennessean that the suspect may, in fact, have been an employee as attendees are prohibited from bringing weapons. May, in fact, have been an employee as attendees are prohibited from bringing weapons inside. Oh!
They check people
saying-
for weapons maybe at the door.
And they're saying, well, we let our employees in through the back and don't check them.
Right.
So that's why I think it was an employee. We are still confirming the facts, but I can tell you that on Friday night, a male patron was injured by a fellow patron outside the Nashville Nightmare House. Outside? They were in the parking lot or something? Our medical staff responded immediately, and the injured party was transported to the hospital where we understand that he was treated and released. A spokesperson for Nashville Nightmare Haunted House said in a statement.
See, I think where they confused me is I thought this happened inside the haunted house while
Yeah,
they were walking
it's
around,
getting-
not in a parking lot.
It's getting weaker and weaker. Like the story
Right.
that they wanted us to believe with the title,
Right.
is like they just break apart because they're all fake. It's all fake news, and it's not really that it's fake. It's that like if I say, hey, if you go upstairs into the kitchen, you'll find a treat.
Right.
Like I don't know. It's just like I forgot what I was saying, but anyway, let me continue reading. We have robust safety and security protocols in place, including metal detectors and on-site medical and security staff, the statement continued. As we have continued to review the information, we believe that an employee was involved in some way, and he has been placed on leave until we can determine his involvement. We are going over all our safety protocols with all of our staff again, as the safety and security of all our patrons is always our main concern. We have not been contacted by the police, but we will cooperate fully with any official investigation. According to the Tennessean, no charges have been filed at this time. Fox 17 says the Nashville Metro Police are not further investigating the incident as it has been ruled an accidental stabbing.
The guy who allegedly handed a knife to the alleged patron that allegedly stabbed their friend, or however they want to say it, that person did a good job of disconnecting himself by handing that person the real knife, because he's like, oh, I didn't touch it, I didn't stab them, but he said, "Hey, why don't you stab your friend?" And they did it. You know, it's like,
I mean, wait, did he suggest?
as far as the haunted house people are probably really happy about this. Like, oh, at least our employee didn't stab somebody. They just asked a patron to stab the patron's friend.
It doesn't even say he asked them to do anything. Well, I mean, wait. It says he handed it to him, right?
Yeah. He handed the knife.
And that's all it says, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, me neither.
Told her to stab him. Yeah, the man handed his friend and then told her to stab him.
Yeah. I see it right here.
But I don't know whether that really happened. Probably not. They probably made that up, and who knows? They were probably all messed up and just grabbed the knife out of his hand and started stabbing people.
Yeah, they were outside.
But it says it was in a parking lot, or it was outside of the haunted house.
Yeah, which also says that you can bring a knife
to the parking lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Tennessee. People have 50 cal turrets on their pickup trucks down there, you know?
Oh, yeah, like what I was saying before, it's like you tell someone there's a treat if they go somewhere and they get there and it's not so much of a treat as it is just like something that they don't really care about. That's what this is. News articles are like, oh my God, this is amazing. You got to read this, and then you read it and you're like, oh,
what a letdown.
It was sort of like the way I titled this video to make it seem more interesting.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm going to title it yet, but I guarantee I do.
Chased by chainsaws. You can title it that. And there's really nothing even about
it. Man tricks woman to stabbing her friend. That sounds like a good title, right?
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I would watch that. And I'm actually being very truthful with it. I'm just putting all the information out there. Man stabbed at haunted house by friend who was handed a real knife by someone wearing a costume. I guess that is more accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Who cares? That's all I have to say. What about you?
That's it.
All right, that's it for the video. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Tell us what you would have done. And like the video and stuff. And we'll see you next time.